A very good morning to all of you, dear friends. Very happy to start with the LVCs for strategic management, one of the most interesting and real world subject we have in the syllabus. I'm very happy to see so many of you joining on a cold morning. That too on a weekend shows a lot of so passion and attention you want to have for the subject. Very happy for that. I see a lot of people joining in. Achya, Kavita, Riddhi-ben, Tanisha. Hello, Radhesham Tiwari. Oh, okay, hi. Hi, Navneet, Adil. Adil, you joined from two names, is it? Very interesting. Technology is advanced, right? I see two names, Adil Khan, same name. Okay. Hi, Bala Murugan, Kuldeep, Linga. We had a good morning this morning. Hi, Nikunj, Lakshmi Priya, Agalya. Hi, Disha, Aishwarya, Kushbu, Nitya Pooja. Hello, Prajapati. Very good morning to you as well. Prerna, morning. Hello, Sadia. Okay. First and foremost, before I start the session, I just need one simple commitment. I just need one simple request that I have for you is these classes are being done for you. Okay. I know the subject. I've cleared my examinations. It's your chance to interact with us, learn together, have a conversation. Okay. The chat will be open for the next 2 hours. The time we start till 9 a.m. You can interact with me on the chat. I want you to be very active on the Zoom chat. Okay. If possible, join on Zoom. It's very interactive. We can talk right here. At 9 a.m., I would start with the Q&A where you can unmute yourself, ask your questions. I can ask you questions back. Okay, so we'll have a conversation here. This is not a one-sided classroom. This will be more like a conversation. Feel free to ask your questions, your doubts, your thoughts. And this is a classroom. We'll use this space, right? We will use this space to create an environment where we learn something new and we achieve the best score in the examination. That's our end goal, right? Our end goal is always to get the best score in the examination. That's going to happen for sure. But we also want to make sure you are able to ask your questions, clarify your doubts, also share your thoughts. Okay. Let me test if you are committed to participating in the class or not. Okay. Quick question. I want each one of you to answer in the chat. Okay. How many of you know what is an IPO? What is an IPO? It's everywhere in the news. It's everywhere on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on whatever social media app you use. This word, this thing is everywhere for you to know about. How many of you know what is an IPO? Okay. Golti says initial public offering. Kuldeep Balamugan. Okay, very nice. Initial public offering. Be very active on the chat. We will unmute you around 9 a.m. Before that, your Zoom chat should be your best place. We also have the BOS app query link. That's also there. People join there can answer there as well. But Zoom is more easier if you can join, nothing like it. Okay. Very nice. Prerna, Tanisha, Ridhiben. Everybody knows what is an initial public offering. Very nice. Every listed company inviting subscription from public IPO. Very happy to see that active commitment on the chat. This is exactly what I want from you for the entire LVC for the next few months. We're going to go through the entire syllabus over the weekends. Today's class is introducing you to strategic management. Okay, we're not going to start any chapter today, but this is an introduction. What to expect? Who am I? Okay. First, you should know who am I, what to expect out of the syllabus, how to prepare well, what's the exam pattern, what are the type of questions that come in the examination, what to do, what not to do, how much to do, and how much I can score in this exam, right? All these doubts, all these clarifications around the subject today are going to be clarified. Okay. So use this space, use this place to know about it. Okay. Again, second check on the commitment. Quick question. Okay, quick question. I want each one of you to just tell me which city have you joined from. Okay, let's see. I want you to wake up. I know it's chilly morning in the northern part. Even across India, it's a very chilly morning. Very quickly, I want to wake you up before we start with this session. Okay, we have Mumbai, Nashik, Pune, Surat, Bangalore, Mysore, Goa. Wonderful place. Now you're joining from Goa. We all dream to be in Goa at this time, at the New Year Eve, right? You're still in Goa. Awesome. We have Tirupur, we have Borsad, we have Gujarat, Songar, we have Agra. Okay, Agra is close. I'm based out of Delhi, so Agra is close. But I've been to most of these places. I'm very happy to see these names, right? I see Salem, Chennai, Punjab, Jharkhand, Hyderabad. We have people from Vellore, Vishakhapatnam, Karnataka, Mau, Uttar Pradesh, Vishakhapatnam with an umbrella. Okay, Golti, you're from Vishakhapatnam with an umbrella. Very nice. You have Erode, Tamil Nadu. Awesome. You see, your friends across India are here. So if you have any questions, doubts, you want to share something, you see the power of access you have in these classrooms across India. Students joining from the length and breadth of the country. And that's the magic of LVCs, my friend. Use this platform to the maximum, not just this subject. I would say wherever you're joining the LVC, whatever subject, use it to the maximum. I can share with you, right? Previously, students who have been joining LVCs, we have seen massive, massive results in terms of improvement, in terms of achieving. If they heed to what's been taught here, what's been told here, you don't need anything else, right? You don't need anything else. Having said that, we'll also know how to read, how to learn, what are the materials you have to refer for strategic management. So all your basic doubts, all your complex doubts will be solved here, my friend. So please feel free to ask questions. I would again say this is not a one way. I'm not giving a lecture here. I want you to participate. It's a live virtual class for you. Okay. With that, let me begin by introducing myself. My name is CA Arjit Sethi. Okay, I'm based out of Delhi. I've been working in industry for almost like 7 years now, and I have worked across industries from e-commerce to IT to pharma, and I've been associated with the Board of Studies for the last couple of years, specifically for strategic management subject, because this is what I love. Okay, I really, really love this subject in terms of how this subject shapes your view about the world, about decision making, about what is happening around you. You look wherever, okay? Wherever you look, you would feel there is something some business is doing crazy that's changing the way we look at the world, the smartness, the cleverness that people are using to build businesses. I really, really like reading about it, looking at it, and that's why I love this subject. And that's what the kind of window this subject opens for you. And I want that to happen for you as well. Yes, Navdeep, this will be applicable for the May 26 as well, right? Most of it would be relevant as well. If there are any changes, you would get to know in due time. But yes, this will be applicable as well. Okay. So hold on to that. Very nice. Good that you started asking questions. This is what I want. Ask your questions. No question is small, no question is silly. Every question is a question because you feel it's a question. Okay? Absolutely, Mustafa. SM is the most thinkable subject. With that, with that thought, thank you, Mustafa, for opening with that statement. It's the most thinkable subject. Okay? On the screen, my friends, on the screen, let me tell you story of Popla. Okay, what is Popla? Popla is the piece of prime land. That's the company's name. You see, interesting name. Piece of prime land. Popla, real estate company. It's a hypothetical name. Okay. Now, what is Popla doing? Okay. First, a question to you in the chat. Would you build a business? Would you build a business depending on your friend's advice? Simple question. Yes or no? Would you build a business based on your friend's advice? Mustafa says caps may no. Capital letters NO. Navneet says no. Shamli says no. Not even a single person is building business based on friends' advice. Are your friends not intelligent enough, or you think you have the wrong friends? Not even one person. Maybe if it is a good one, Iswarya says, I will gauge how smart my friend is. Okay, depends on friend if he or she is that capable. Okay, what an attitude, Ridhiven. Also, I'm just joking, but that's okay. I would. That's my money. I have to put money, so I will first gauge if that is really a good idea or not. Okay. Mustafa says, I know them very well. That's why a big no. Okay, Mustafa. Awesome. You have great friends. May not be aware of the business. Kuldeep says, I would, but with correct information and assessment. Very nice. So you get the gist of it. You would not make businesses just based on your friend's advice. दोस्त ने बोला करने का तो करने का. No, that's not how businesses are made. So how are businesses made? Let's look at very quickly the story of Popla, prime piece of prime land. Very interesting. Okay. Now what did Popla do? Okay. Let's read this together. Now, Popla started with a bold promise. They said, we'll build 1,000 crore empire in just 2 years. 2 years, and we'll be 1,000 crore rupee empire. That's my dream. That's my vision. Okay, great vision. The founders were excited, but excitement is in strategy. Okay, na? Excitement is in strategy. I'm very excited, but excitement is not strategy. They skipped the basics. No clear vision, no mission, no roadmap, just a dream. Decisions were made on gut feeling and friendly advice. I think that plot will become 5 times. Let's go and buy that land. No data, nothing, just gut feeling. Luxury projects were launched without checking even if the market wanted them or not. Okay. Aspas, the affordability of the people, the budget of the people were 25-30 lakh rupees. And they started a luxury project of 2 crore rupee flat. कोई नहीं खरीदेगा. Affordability of the area, they did not do that analysis. Risk analysis, competitor study, financial planning, kuch bhi nahi. It's just, I know this is going to be 5 times. My friend says his father told him 5 times ho jayega. Let's go and build the business. None of this happened. Okay. Leadership was impulsive. Opportunity देखी, पैसा लगाओ. No study, nothing, very impulsive. Hiring was based on personal connections. A friend's friend, mama's friend, chacha's friend's cousin, सबको hire कर लिया company में. And there was zero systems or processes. Everything was ad hoc. Everything is WhatsApp पे कर दो, यहाँ कर दो, because there's no clear system in place. No system, no structure. The result, you're making 1,000 crore business. Okay, the dream is 1,000. It's not a 5 lakh rupee business कि ये सब चल जाएगा. Okay? The dream is 1,000 crore business. What was the result? Massive investments in land and marketing, but cash dried up very fast. Projects stalled due to regulatory delays and poor planning. In 2 years, Popla did not even hit 1,000 crore, but it closed down with a 25 crore loss. It closed down with a 25 crore loss. Employees left, investors pulled out, and brand disappeared. The Popla went bankrupt. Question. Question. Okay. I have a question. Just tell me one thing in the very beginning. I'm not saying in the middle. One thing in the very beginning when you're starting a business. What do you think Popla should have done in the beginning when they were starting? Investment होने के बाद नहीं. And when they were starting the company, what do you think they should have done that could have saved a lot of this? Market research, strategy, vision document, Okay, strategy, strategic planning, and analyze the market, market research करना चाहिए था, strategy बनाना चाहिए था, planning करना चाहिए था. They should have done a proper research, okay? Analysis करना चाहिए था. They should have done planning of work and strategy, a roadmap, a good strategy and analysis. Okay. Strategy word is very loosely used हर जगह. ये मेरी strategy है. उनको strategy बनानी चाहिए. Question to you, my friend, is what is strategy? Strategy होता क्या है? What is strategy? Good strategy, great strategy. Strategy क्या होता है? What is strategy? Planning, okay. Tactics, tested methods, okay. Long term planning strategy, ठीक है. How are we going to operate, okay. That is strategy, ठीक है. What else? Roadmap, very good. A definite plan of doing something, awesome, very nice. That's a strategy, okay. That is my strategy. Strategy means assessing the alternative, applying the best one at the cost of others. Awesome, Kuldeep. ये कौन सी book से लेके आए हो आंसर? And if you've written it yourself, fantastic English, my friend. Strategy means assessing the alternative. You studied, very good, very happy. See, your results are coming. Even I am thinking you're taking it from a book, and if you've studied it, awesome, man, you're already ahead of us. Planning for achieving a dream, plan for action designed to achieve a long-term goal. You all are very, very smart kids. Okay. Now, now, ये तो हो गया strategy. What is the name of the subject? कौन सा subject पढ़ रहे हैं हम अभी? Strategy we are clear. What subject are we studying? SM. SM का full form क्या है? What is SM? Station master? नहीं. Okay. Strategic management. Strategic management. Strategy आप सबको पता है. You know what is strategy. All of you are very clear of what is a strategy, right? Plan, long-term plan, blueprint, roadmap, how to do things, how to operate, what we want to do, how we want to do. Very good. What is strategic management? What is strategic management? Strategy clear है, but strategic management क्या होता है? Strategy clear हो गया हम सबको. All of you knew what is strategy. What is strategic management? Strategy, how to make, how to implement it, and how to control it. Okay. Mustafa, you'll have to check your implement spellings, but almost there. The answer is almost there. Identifying goals, creating vision, mission, course of action. ठीक है, almost there. Let me give you an example, and then we understand strategic management. ठीक है, let me give you an example. How many of you know? How many of you know how to make tea? चाय बनानी आती है? How many of you know how to make tea? I can raise hand. I know how to make a tea, right? Most of us, most of the students live on tea, right? दिन में 5 बार तो पीनी पड़ती है. Okay, now let me answer this in a very raw fashion, and then we study more professional way of what is strategic management. Okay, okay. We know you know how to make a chai. People are offering me chai. Thank you. I have my chai. So thank you. Okay. First and foremost thing when you start making a chai, first and foremost thing when you start making a chai, what do you do? Let's be creative. I want some good answers. When you think कि चलो चाय पीते हैं, what's the first thing you do? Get the milk, ingredients, check करते हैं. Exactly. Adil ने एकदम bang on answer दिया. Adil says, first we check how many people are there. सबसे पूछेंगे हम चाय पीनी है चाय. So what are you doing? You're doing market research, planning कर रहे हो ना, चाय बनानी कितनी है. You will get milk first, you will get ingredients, but how much? कितने चाहिए? First you do a planning. The opportunity कितनी बड़ी है? How big is the opportunity? You need to ask people who all are drinking chai. 4 people, 5 people, 6 people. How many people in your family? You'll ask chai, chai, chai. 4 out of 5 will say, okay, we have but half cup, not full cup, little bit. Somebody say, oh no, I'll have a big cup. So then, first thing, what you're saying, planning, understanding what we have to do, how much we have to do. वो होगी strategy. Now, whether it will be a ginger tea, whether it will be a cardamom tea, whether it is going to be a tulsi patta tea, right? Is it going to be more milk, less water, less milk, more water? What kind of tea it's going to be? More questions emerge. When you start making tea, more questions emerge. चाय तो बड़ी simple थी बनानी. It was such a simple thing to do. When you get into things, you then see some people are diabetic, non-diabetic. Exactly. Very nice, Nikunj. Somebody will say no sugar. Somebody will say two spoons sugar. Somebody say no sugar, only jaggery. Versions आ गए. What is this? External environment, external people are telling you this, that. Then you see, yeah, at home, I don't even have a jaggery. So I will just have to do sugar for everybody. Internal analysis, I don't have the resources of what's the demand in the market. People say, okay, one person says, give me, I'll take half cup tea, but with jaggery. You come to the kitchen and say, oh, there is no jaggery. External market is demanding jaggery, but you don't have jaggery. So you will still give them a cup of tea, but with sugar. This is external analysis, internal analysis, right? Now, let me take you know what I'm trying to say here. Strategy is a plan, it's a blueprint, what we want to do. Strategic management is getting your hands dirty. When you get into the reality of things, when you get into the skin of the game, when you get into actual implementation, you figure out things aren't so easy. Things aren't so easy. It takes me 5 minutes to first understand how much water should I put so that I don't make more or less tea. I have to understand that. Okay. Now, from a strategic management perspective, my friend, strategic management as a subject, why is this a 50-mark subject? ऐसा क्या पढ़ेंगे? ऐसा क्या ही पढ़ लेंगे हम strategic management के बारे में in the subject? That's a question, right? The answer is you will learn three things. Simple है. The 5 chapters will teach you three things, very basic three things. They will teach you how to make a plan, how to implement a plan, and how to evaluate whether that plan is working or not. Simple तीन चीजें आपको strategic management in this 50-mark paper, which is 6B, you will learn three basic things. We'll get into depth of things, but the core idea is to learn how to make a plan, how to implement a plan, and how to evaluate that plan, whether it's working or not. Are we clear? Give me an okay, yes, thumbs up, whatever. If you have a question, I will give you 1 minute right now in the chat. If you have any doubt and question, ask. If no, yes, thumbs up, okay, whatever emoji you want to send on the chat, but be respectful. Okay. Awesome. I see a lot of thumbs up. Yes, I understand. Clear. Very, very happy. Okay, very happy to see the responses. Very nice. Let me take you to this statement. Okay. Dreams need strategy, not just ambition. Okay. Dreams need strategy, not just ambition, which is a simple way of saying, which is a simple way of saying that you need not be like Popla real estate. आपका अगर ड्रीम बड़ा है तो your strategy has to be in place. Okay, the strategy has to be in place. Let's take an example, my friend. Let's take an example. The strategic management, the five chapters of strategic management. There are five chapters, which we will go through in detail. We will do lots and lots of questions. My style of teaching is not giving lectures. I like sharing stories. I will teach you every concept with a real life example from the business around you and from an exam perspective. I will make sure we solve as many questions as we can so that you go prepared in the exam. I don't want you to think, yeah, सिर्फ concept पढ़ा दी question तो हमसे solve नहीं हो रहा. No, that's not going to happen. My focus will be 50% on concepts, 50% I will purely base you on questions. Okay. So that's how these classes are going to be. First, let's understand strategic management one layer deeper. We now understand strategy. We now understand strategic management. Let's go one layer deep. Making smart plans and moves so your pizza shop becomes the number one in your city. Let's do strategic management planning of a pizza shop that you want to open. Okay. Now, what all goes into this? First, you need to set your vision. You have to dream big first, right? You say, I want to be the coolest pizza shop in the city. People think pizza, they come to my shop. As simple as that. Simple vision क्या है? किसी के भी दिमाग में in your city, you're from Mao, you're from Surat, you're from Mumbai, you're from Erode, you're from Salem, wherever you're from. We saw those cities, right? Wherever you're from. Even Goa. Goa has a lot of competition though, but that's okay. You set your vision right. You dream big. I want to be the coolest pizza shop in the city. Anybody thinks pizza, they call me up. That's how cool I want to be in my city. But what is my mission? How do I achieve this dream of being the coolest pizza shop? By delivering quality, hot, tasty pizza, that too in 15 minutes. 15 minute में, 15 minute में, I will deliver a hot, tasty pizza. That's going to be my mission to achieve my vision. How do I do this? Right? How do you do this? That's a question. How do you implement this? We'll get to that. But strategic management then asks you some more questions. Okay? We'll come to that, Goldi. It's a great question, planning versus strategy. I'll come to that. Okay? Now, your strategy is here. Goldi, to your question, I'm just answering your question now. Planning is part of strategy. Strategy is cross questioning your plans. Okay. Now, plan your strategy is, will you sell premium pizzas or will you sell cheap pizzas? Will you open one big shop or you will open many small shops? Think about it. That's a business question. That's a strategic question, not a planning question. Strategy clear honi chahiye. Strategy is the complex answer to the business questions. Planning is how do you execute? How do you plan to do that strategy? Planning is part of strategy. Okay, strategy is a broad thing. Your strategy could be to study a subject in 5 days. That's your strategy. How do you do that? Plan is रोज सुबह 4 घंटे वो सब्जेक्ट पढ़ेंगे. That is your plan. But your strategy is 4 दिन में खत्म करना है. You have to complete the subject in 4 or 5 days. That's your strategy. To achieve your overall syllabus coverage, your strategy is 5 days for this subject. Your plan is I will wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever. I wake up at this time and study. That is your plan. That's the difference between a plan and a strategy. Strategy is a broader thing which answers a lot of complex questions. Plan is a simple way that you decide to do that particular thing. Okay. Now, you have a vision, you have a mission. Now you have to answer a strategic question. Would you sell it at a premium or will you sell it cheap? छोटी छोटी बहुत सारी shops खोलेंगे, एक बड़ा सा pizza cafe खोलेंगे. That's a question you have to answer. Then you have to build. Once you have answers to all these questions, once you know the answers to these questions, then you build your business. To build your business, you will hire chefs, you will buy ovens, you will set up delivery bikes, hire delivery people, you will implement, you will execute your strategy. And finally, you will evaluate. आपने तो अपनी तरफ से सब कुछ अच्छा कर दिया. But are customers happy? Are you making money? Right? If not, if people are not happy and you're not making money, if people are happy but you are not making money, if you are making money but people are not happy, maybe you should change your plan. Maybe you should change the way you do things. Maybe you should just stop selling pizzas and start selling ice cream shakes, boba tea, matcha, the new trending. Maybe. But you have to evaluate if your strategy, if your plan, if your execution, if your implementation is actually giving you the results that you want out of them. If they are giving that, awesome, wonderful, grow the business. If not, maybe you might want to change your plan. That's evaluation. This entire exercise, the cycle of thinking of a business, looking at an opportunity, finding how to do that, the brainstorming what I want to do, what is going to be my strategy, implementing that strategy, and evaluating that strategy together is called strategic management. Strategy is heart, and planning is blood vessels which supply blood through heart pumping. Can we say this? Absolutely yes, Kolti. That's a great way. That's a great way to understand, and that's true, right? Strategy is the heart, and your plans are blood vessels which are helping that heart perform the best. That's an awesome example. Okay. On your screen, you see a comic strip which explains your strategic management in the simplest form possible. Your vision be the coolest pizza shop. 15 minutes delivery is your mission, and your evaluation after implementation of this thing is sales are down. People don't really like. आप 15 मिनट में दे रहे हो जला हुआ कच्चा पिज्जा जा रहा है. The pizza is very raw, not very appetizing because you're delivering it in 15 minutes. So most of the pizzas are not very nice. So maybe let's change the plan and commit to not a 15-minute delivery but a 45-minute delivery, but give them a very tasty, nice, hygienic pizza. My friends, so much silence in the class. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Yes, no, okay, thumbs up, good, bad. Okay, very nice. Very happy to see yes, clear, thumbs up. I want you all to be active. I know धीरे धीरे क्लास में ऐसा होता है, आंखें बंद होती हैं, your head's going down, and that's what happens in the morning. But नहीं, let's get back, let's study, and let's understand these very, very interesting. I'm going to give you very interesting examples ahead. Okay. So strategic management as a subject is very clear कि क्या पढ़ने वाले, ये हमें clear हो गया. This is very clear to us that strategic strategic management, the 5 chapters. What are these 5 chapters going to focus on? Okay, very nice. Mustafa is focused on pizza. Mustafa, breakfast में pizza खा रहे हो भाई, you are a great person. Very rare somebody can eat a pizza in breakfast, but very happy to see somebody, first time in my life, who at 7:30 in the morning is excited about a pizza. Okay, good. I was just joking. Okay. Blinkit. How many of you use Blinkit? Yes, I use it daily, weekly. I know what Blinkit is. Okay, that's okay if you don't use it, but you still know what Blinkit is, right? Ishwarya is also imagining pizzas. You guys, today's generation is fantastic. नाश्ते में पिज्जा का सपना आ सकता है, बहुत बढ़िया. You have heard about it but never used. You used it many times. We all know Blinkit, right? करता क्या है? What does Blinkit do? What does Blinkit do, my friend? Very simple question. Blinkit करता क्या है? काम क्या करता है? What's the business of Blinkit? 5 minutes डिलीवरी. 5 minutes थोड़ा ज्यादा तेज हो गया. हाँ, बट कभी कभी आ भी जाता है. It sometimes even delivers in 5 minutes. Quick call. We call this industry, this business as quick commerce, right? You've heard, Suna? Have you heard about this word, quick commerce? Like e-commerce, Flipkart is e-commerce, Amazon is e-commerce, Blinkit, Zepto, Flipkart Minutes. Uh, there are many more. There was Blinkit, there was Zepto, Swiggy, Instamart, right? All these are quick commerce with dark stores in quick commerce, right? Very good. Now, let's understand how is Blinkit, just take an example of Blinkit, but all these quick commerce companies like a Zepto, like a Blinkit, like an Instamart, how are they able to deliver such crazy things which you will not even buy on a shop? They give you in 5-10 minutes. How does that happen? What is the strategic management that goes behind that? Okay. One, the vision and the mission of the company is very clear. Okay. I want to deliver essentials in the blink of an eye. That is my vision. My mission is ultra fast delivery for urban convenience. Okay. How are they achieving it? Key strategic pillars to execute that is market positioning. कंपटीशन ह्यूज है, तो मार्केट पोजिशनिंग करनी पड़ेगी हमें. ऑपरेशनल स्ट्रैटेजी, यू नीड टू हैव वेयर हाउसेज एवरी 1 किलोमीटर. हर 1 किलोमीटर पे यू हैव टू हैव अ वेयर हाउस. दैट इज योर ऑपरेशनल स्ट्रैटेजी. The pricing and revenue, the pricing has to be premium, the pricing has to be very prime in terms of and competitive as well, right? You have to build your revenue streams. Then technology integration, people are using apps. Lakhs and lakhs of people are using apps together at the same time. Your infrastructure of technology of your apps has to be bang on fantastic, right? टेक्नोलॉजी इंटीग्रेशन, ये सब एग्जीक्यूशन है. ऑल ऑफ दिस इज इम्प्लीमेंटेशन of strategic management. They have to build such a fantastic app which does not lag. They have to build a network. You can track every single biker is tracked on the app. You can see delivering in 2 minutes, 1 minute. यहाँ आ गए हैं, वहां पहुंच गए हैं. The technological infrastructure has to be built. That is yet another fantastic thing of e-commerce, right? Then you have competitive advantage. सब लोग सेम काम कर रहे हैं. Instamart भी वही कर रहा है, आपका Blinkit भी वही कर रहा है, and your Zepto is also doing the same thing. So what's the difference between the all companies, right? The competitive advantage you have to create. For example, you have better products, your packaging is better, right? The quality of products that you that customers get from you are better than your competitors. It could be anything. It could be anything, right? Oh, awesome. Now you know why they call it Blinkit. Question, my friend. Very, very simple and straightforward question. As a customer, मुझे एक चीज बताइए. Tell me one simple thing. As a customer, would you want a product in 10 minutes, but the product's expiry date is after 1 month only. एक महीने की expiry date पे है. There's a product that came to you, ordered, let's say you ordered a packet of biscuit. You ordered a packet of biscuit, cookies, whatever you call them. 10 minutes में आ गया, but expiry date is just 1 month ahead. The other, the other app says, I will not deliver in 10 minutes. I will deliver in 30 minutes. But every time you order, the products are very, very well packaged, neat. The cookies are not crushed, and the expiry date is 6, 7 months. They are very new or a fresh inventory rather than a stale old inventory, but they give you in 30 minutes. Which one will you prefer? Which one will you prefer? Second one? ठीक है जी? Obviously second. People are saying obvious. It's obvious I will choose the second one. 30 minutes. I will order 30 minutes. I'm not dying without it, right? 99.9% of you, just like Dettol kills the germs, 99.9%. All of us are saying, yeah, I'll go with the second option. क्या 10 मिनट में बिस्किट चाहिए ही नहीं. We will get in 30 minutes, but I want a good product. I'm paying money. I'm paying the same money. Why to not get a fresh inventory and a packed product rather than a crushed cookie, right? Now, the company, think about it. Okay, it's a deep question which you will relate when we do the chapter. The company which is delivering in 10 minutes is saying, I have a competitive advantage. I'm better than my competitors. वो 30 minutes में देते हैं, मैं 10 minutes में देता हूँ. They are giving in 30 minutes, I give you in 10 minutes. That is my competitive advantage. What do you think? Is that a competitive advantage? What do you think? Is it really a competitive advantage? No ifs and buts, Minu. No ifs and buts. Yes or no? What do you think? They claim 10 minutes delivery is my competitive advantage. Okay. 80% of our friends say no. Ridhibin says no with 5 zeros. No. Straightforward no. Okay. Very good. No for biscuits. My question is why? Why are you saying no? Bhai, they are delivering in 10 minutes. Nobody else is able to do that. They are the fastest in the industry. 10 मिनट में आपके घर बिस्किट्स हैं. Why is that not an advantage? Why is that not a competitive advantage? What you're saying is quality also matters. Quality of the product namely. हम कस्टमर है, हमको सब कुछ परफेक्ट चाहिए. I want everything perfect because I am a perfect human. So I want everything as perfect, right? I am giving you money. I want everything to be perfect. That is a customer, correct? सही जा रहे हो. You're saying the same thing. You're saying the absolute right thing. Now let me give you the masala of the subject. A competitive advantage is only a competitive advantage if it is valued by the customer. याद रखना ये. I will teach this when we touch this topic in the chapters. But you get the crux here. I'm just giving you a gist of the chapter. हम क्या क्या पढ़ेंगे, क्यों पढ़े, कैसे पढ़ेंगे, right? A competitive advantage is a competitive advantage only if it is valued by the customer. नहीं चाहिए हमें 10 मिनट में, हमें चाहिए quality. I do not want a 10-minute delivery. I want a quality product. You give me in 5 minutes, you give it for free. फ्री में दे दो मुझे, बट टूटे बिस्किट दोगे मेरे को कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. I give you a free packet of biscuits, पूरा crushed है. Would you feel good about a free product? No, you will say क्या बकवास से टूटे हुए बिस्किट्स हैं. वैल्यू ही नहीं करोगे आप. A competitive advantage is a competitive advantage only when it is valued by the customer. Okay, remember that. So the company saying, I deliver in 10 minutes, that's my competitive advantage, boss, would have been if people would have valued that 10 minutes. But people's value creation, ये भी पढ़ेंगे, value chain analysis, value creation. How do you create value for the customer? The value to the customer is created by the quality of the product, like we just saw. And you are finding value in delivering fast. क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है? Domino says 30 minutes में पिज्जा दूंगा. Pizza comes, all the toppings are on one side of the pizza, बाकी पिज्जा खाली होता है. वो जल्दबाजी में हिला के लेके आते हैं. They bring this pizza always moving. All the tomatoes, corn is on the one side of the pizza. Then you have to do it, sprinkle yourself. What's the use of 30 minutes fast delivery if I have to look at a pizza which looks so absurd when I open the box? Value creation, business model, get doing analysis, customer feedback, evaluation. Implementation तो अच्छा हो रहा है, evaluation भी करना जरूरी है. That is strategic management. See what the customer wants. Similarly, Blinkit's outcome, because they are listening to the consumer. Interestingly, beyond books, sometimes some companies will even tell the consumer कि आपको क्या करना चाहिए. You did not even feel the need of something, but they will create the need of that thing. Like quick commerce. 5 years ago, you could not even imagine sitting at home and as small as Maggie mangali, chips mangali, right? Oh, oil khatam ho gaya. Let me order one bottle of oil. 10 minutes in at your place. Printed, right? I know Blinkit, these Instamart are also giving printing pages. You sit at home, you get a printout in 10 minutes. Super convenience. Some companies are creating value for the customer by telling the customer, hey, you might just enjoy this. You might just need this service. Why not? And customers today are very, very excited to try new things. And companies are using that. That's also strategy. We'll talk about it. Okay. One cement company uses the slogan, "Sasta nahi sabse acha." Yes. I think that's Bangur Cement, right? We all have seen that ad. Very annoying ad, but okay. Right? Sasta nahi sabse acha. Absolutely. That's their value creation for the customer. Absolutely. Very right. Okay. Are you getting a gist of what is strategic management? What are we going to study in the syllabus? Now your bits and pieces and puzzle is getting solved. Yeah, ठीक है, इतना भी मुश्किल कुछ नहीं है. It's not a very tough subject to crack. Okay. Okay. On your screen, my friends, on your screen, all these are brands. I don't know, the image got a little blurred, but that's okay. Okay. I just want you to spend 1 good minute. Look at this image. Look at this image. Okay. And identify brands. Just look at this image and identify the brands. Image is clear? Awesome. Thank you. Look at the image, identify the brands, and tell me how many of those you recognize. You can just give a random number like 80% of those, or 60%, half of those, or all of those. Don't give me an exact number. You can't count that. I don't want you to spend time. Look at the image. These are all Indian brands. These are all Indian brands, right? I found this image very interesting. You know why? I think most of you are saying every brand, 80%, most of it, all of them I can recognize, right? Almost all. Interestingly, these are 75 brands on your screen. 75 brands. And you identify them like this in like 10 seconds. Right? I found this very interesting. If somebody asks me, name any 10 Indian brands, मेरे को याद ही नहीं आएंगे. I can't answer. But the moment I see this image, I'm like, there are so many companies. There are so many. These are just top 70. There could be 200 more I can recognize. Right? The magic, my friend, is these companies are doing fantastic strategic management. That's why you recognize them. They are creating such a value. Nestle is not Indian, but it's still listed in India, so it eventually becomes Indian, right? Like Horlicks is also not Indian, but again, these are listed now in India, like an HUL or a Nestle India has its shares in India. So technically, it becomes like an Indian company, okay? But though it's not Indian, okay? Even Castrol. So companies eventually they're listed in India, so they become an Indian entity, right? They have rights to be called as Indian companies technically. But you see, this image tells you whatever we have studied so far in the last 40, 50 minutes, whatever we have understood, these brands are doing fantastic job in having a clear vision, a clear mission. They know how, what to do, what pricing, क्या product बिकेगा, किस price पे you have to sell, where you have to sell, online, offline, store, mall, which city, which state, what type of product will sell. They know it. They have cracked it. They are implementing it like super boss. And they're evaluating regularly because competition are right? Customer needs are changing and they're evolving very, very quickly. Classic example देता हूँ. Most of them are existing for some decades. Absolutely. That's why for so many years they have been able to achieve that because they are working on strategic management. वो implement करके evaluate करके change कर रहे हैं plan. They are evolving. Strategic management is a cyclical process. It keeps on going, loop में चलता रहता है, loop में चलता रहता है because customer is changing, market is changing, products are changing, preferences are changing, economy is changing, सब कुछ change होता रहता है. सब कुछ change होता रहता है. So companies have to change as well. Let me give you a simple example. You know Tanishq. You see Tanishq here. What does Tanishq do? What is Tanishq? Let's see how many of you know what is Tanishq. Okay, gold. I would say like jewelry, right? Not just gold, they do diamond as well. Silver भी बेचते हैं, diamond भी बेचते हैं, सिर्फ gold नहीं बेचते. It's a Tata company for jewelry. ठीक है ना? Gold price recently shot up to like 1,20,000, 1,30,000 rupees for 10 grams. Okay. 1,20,000, 1,30,000. Amitabh Bachchan is not doing Tanishq, he's doing Kalyan Jewelers. Okay, but you get it. Now, gold price shot up like anything. तो तनिष्क ने क्या किया? तनिष्क ने सिंपल किया जैसे ओके गोल्ड प्राइसेस आर टू हाई लेट्स सेल अ डायमंड ज्वेलरी यूज दिस प्रॉब्लम सो गोल्ड प्राइस बिकेम सो हाई पीपल स्टॉप्ड बाइंग गोल्ड तो तनिष्क बैठ के सोच रहे यार कोई गोल्ड ही नहीं खरीद रहा है हाउ विल माय बिजनेस सस्टेन जैसे ओके if gold is costly let's force people to buy a diamond inventory what they said gold 1,20,000 you can't buy very 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 costly instead we are giving 25% discount on a diamond jewelry अब दिमाग में लोगों के क्या करने लाइक सोना तो बहुत महंगा है डायमंड पे 25% दैट टू अ ब्रांड लेट्स गो बाय इट people who were looking or people who generally buy jewelry they went in and they bought diamond if you read I was reading an article in the last 6 months because of the gold prices Tanishq's डायमंड सेल ग्रोथ हैज गॉन बाय 20% अप। 20% 6 महीने में 20% धंधा बढ़ा दिया है। So they're using the problem in the market as an opportunity to grow their business. गोल्ड प्राइस बढ़ गया, कोई बात नहीं, डायमंड बेचते हैं, राइट? सो दिस इज स्ट्रेटेजिक एनालिसिस, this is quick thinking, this is changing plan. You can just sit in your ego and say nahi, we are a gold company, I want to sell my gold, सस्ता होगा तो बेचूंगा. You keep sitting. People who are evaluating, people who are doing external analysis, people who are doing environment analysis, people who are smart are changing plans, evaluating the market, and taking steps and making a lot of money. That is strategic management, my friend. Ye hai strategic management. And all of these brands are doing that. I'm just taking one example. Okay. Very nice. Second image on your screen. I had no clue till I saw this image while preparing this presentation. Let me be very transparent and honest. This is a class I can be transparent in. Okay. I think all of us are now together. I already have created that relation with you in 1 hour. And I think this will go on for next couple of months. I had no clue before I saw this image. इतने सारे banks हैं. If you tell me how many banks are there, I will give you 3 4 names. I will give you HDFC, Canara Bank, Punjab, Kotak, Axis, ICICI, and एक दो और. I saw this image and I was like, so many banks available to Indians. ये सारे banks आपको available हैं. There are so many banks available. I have a thought here for you. Okay. These are all also known, but they need to refresh and relook how they do, but that's okay. Question, my friend. Question. Should HDFC Bank be scared of all these banks? Should HDFC Bank be scared of all these banks because these are very direct competition? All of you are saying no. I want to know why. Just don't give me a yes or a no. Tell me why also. Should HDFC Bank be scared of all these banks? Yes, no, whatever your answer is, with a reason. Because of reputation of HDFC. ठीक है जी. Cause they have already created very good image and brand name. Okay. No, it's already number one position. Okay. But they have to be aware. Oh, obviously they have to be aware, but should they be scared? मतलब दिन रात सोचते रहे, oh no, बाकी banks क्या करेंगे? I don't think so. They have to do that, right? I don't think so. They have to do that. Let me flip a question. Let me flip the question for you, my friend. Should, should, should Karnataka Bank be scared of the other smaller banks? Should Karnataka Bank be scared of other smaller banks? If you're saying no, or if you're saying yes, give me a reason. Yes, more competition is there. More competition. Very competitive market. Yes, because they have competitors. Majority of you are saying yes to be competitive. I want each one of you to be active in the chat, my friend. मेरे को पता है 8 बजते बजते बैटरी शुम करके डाउन हो जाती, बट वापस ले आओ. ओके. Yes, it should be. Otherwise, its existing customers might be swayed. Absolutely, भाई existing customers लेके चले गए other banks तो. Okay. No, if they will focus on negative, they will not be able to grow. Great thought, Riddhi. But business में emotion से ज्यादा Practical, you'll have to think. So keeping those emotions aside कि if I think bad, I can't grow. But practically तो आपको देखना पड़ेगा ना आसपास क्या हो रहा है. You will have to think about what's happening around, right? Okay, very nice. What you just did, my friend, what you just did, my friend, is competitor analysis. आपने एक टॉपिक ही कर लिया है. We'll study this when we go to chapters. We'll take more examples, more thoughts. We will study, this is strategic management. Understanding your competition. Same image hai, same सारे banks. I have not changed anything. I have just changed your perspective. If you're HDFC, I don't care about this image. I'm number one. I have a brand name. I should just be aware. I don't have to be scared. But if I am Karnataka Bank, then I have to be very scared of this image. यार इतने सारे banks are competition. Very tough. Very tough. Right? Very tough. Also, somebody new wanting to enter this market of banking has to think यार already इतने सारे banks हैं. Would I even be profitable if I get into this market? That is also strategic management जो कि हम पढ़ेंगे. New products, new markets. Getting into new markets, getting into new products. ये भी पढ़ेंगे हम strategic choices chapter 4 में. How do you analyze if you should go into a banking business or not? After looking at this image, should I open a bank is a question. Opportunity तो है, but competition भी है. We'll study that in detail. We will study that in detail, my friend. Okay? That is strategic management. करेंगे. Same, these are now global brands available in India. पहले हमने Indian brands देखे, फिर हमने banking brands देखे, and this image now on your screen is all MNCs, multinational corporations, which are available in India. These are not Indian companies, these are non-Indian brands, foreign brands, but available in India. आप लोग सबको जानते होंगे. You would know most of it for sure. KFC, Sprite, Porsche, Ferrari, Harley Davidson, right? Nissan, Pizza Hut, Zara, Dell, Citi, Philips, Canon, Nike, Amazon, UPS, Oracle, Mercedes, Toyota, HP, IBM, Coca-Cola, IKEA, BMW. These so many names I already had to call, right? Again, these brands have gone global. So from their base country, they have come to India and made such big businesses. Globalization, right? This is globalization of businesses. We'll study that in strategic management. हमारे syllabus में है ये. It's a small topic, but it's still a relevant topic, very frequently asked. Why do businesses want to go global? What are the benefits? What are the challenges? And how can a company go global? पढ़ेंगे इस बारे में. Very interesting. You see, these topics are so relevant if you want to start your business, you want to start your practice, you want to get into an industry as a CA professional, as a strategist, as a finance manager, whatever position. ये basic of business understanding आ गई. You're sitting on a seat with so much confidence and you're not lost in the room कि ये क्या बोल रहे हैं लोग. What is competitor analysis? What is growth? What is market development? What is product development? What is a BCG analysis? What is a SWOT? What is pestle analysis? ये McKinsey 7S model क्या है? ये ये Mendelow's matrix क्या होता है? You're not lost. We will learn all of these. सारे concepts पढ़ेंगे. Whatever I've said in the last 30 seconds, All these are interesting strategic management tools and matrices which help in decision making, जो इन companies ने use करके अपने business they have made such huge. सब पढ़ेंगे. It's an interesting. That's what I'm telling you, my friends. This is one of the most interesting subject from a real life perspective. Maybe you might feel कि बहुत theoretical है. Theory नहीं है. It's not a theoretical. It's a common sense logic subject for which we will prepare from an exam perspective. I know as a student, your focus is, I get it. I get it's relevant for business, but abhi mujhe pass hona hai, right? I know that's what your thought is. So I will try to merge both of these for you in these classes where we will study from an exam perspective and we will also be prepared and prepare ourselves for the real life प्रोफेशनलिज्म. रियल लाइफ में भी ये सब यूज आना चाहिए वरना मार्क्स तो आ जाएंगे दोस्त. राइट. ओके. वंडरफुल. With that motivational heavy, very cliche, everybody tells you that I know, but okay, ये आ गया एग्जाम. The moment I said I'll teach you exam also, this is on your screen. एग्जाम में आंसर कैसे लिखोगे? एग्जाम में थोड़ी ना यू विल नॉट गो इन द एग्जाम एंड राइट ओ आई नो 60 out of 75 Indian brands that sir told me in the class, so that is strategic management. No. What is strategic management? A dynamic process of formulation, implementation, evaluation and control of strategies to realize what? To realize organization's strategic intent. Strategic intent पढ़ेंगे. इंटेंट क्या होता है? Why do you want to do this business is the intent. पढ़ेंगे. It's a concept, very interesting concept in chapter 1. We will talk about it when we do chapter 1. Today let's understand what to expect out of this syllabus, what to expect out of me, what to expect out of LVCs. Other faculties would be joining us in the sessions. What to expect out of this syllabus. Formulation, implementation, evaluation and control. तीन चीजें सीखेंगे. Like I've been telling you, the entire syllabus is stitched together to teach you strategic management, to become a better decision maker, a business expert by understanding formulation, the implementation of the strategy, and its evaluation and control. Very nice. एक बहुत ही important question आया मेरे मन में. I was thinking about what should I tell the students tomorrow, right? Why should you study strategic management? Okay. But the thing that touched me was, maybe let me tell you, even if you don't like it, how can you start loving strategic management? Okay. How to love this subject. One, break it down into small chunks. Please, please do not think about strategic management as a big 50 mark, 5 chapter subject. Break it down into chunks. We will first read about formulation, कैसे बनाते हैं, implement कैसे करते हैं, then how we evaluate. Break it down and then understand the subject. Don't just think of it as everything that a business has to do is strategic management. True, yes, that is true. That is why you get confused. By the end of the syllabus, when we touch chapter 5, you will be lost in the ocean of concepts. आपको लगेगा ये तो सब कुछ ही हो गया. But break it down into small chunks. I'll do that for you. We'll do that together, my friend. Refer real life examples. Like I gave you an example of Tanishq, like I gave you an example of Blinkit, like we were talking about brands, like we were talking about a pizza shop, like we were talking about the POPLA real estate thing. Refer real life examples. Make diagrams and bullets. Will help you in preparation. Bullet point. I love bullets. I love Strategic management is all about writing your answers in bullets. There are 4 points, 3 points, 2 points. There are points that you have to probably write down. So make a practice for theory subjects, especially like strategic management. Try to make diagrams. I'm talking about examination. Try to make diagrams and write your answer in bullets. And for that, you should, if you are making notes, your notes should also have certain diagrams and bullets ताकि आपकी visual memory will make you remember the same thing when you're sitting in the exam hall. Read the business news if you have time. If you don't, I will not force, but if you have time, read the business news. See how smartly these business are making money. People are making a huge amount of money today. Okay. I don't know. How many of you, okay, let me ask you this question. Let read about business news, how smartly people are making money. Let me tell you, why would you start loving strategic management? How many of you have seen, done, or seen your parents, seen your cousins, seen any of your relatives doing an online yoga class? कितने लोगों ने देखा है? Your mother, father, your sister, brother, your cousin, your friend, your chacha, mami, mama, uncle, aunt. Have you seen anybody doing an online yoga class? I have. What about you? Have you seen anybody around? Yes? Yes? I want each one of you to answer, please, in the chat. Yes. ICAI is also conducting online yoga. Yes, I know. No one in your family does yoga. That's good. You should do, though, but that's okay. Most of us have. Most of us have, my friend. That's a strategic management thing they're doing. They are identifying an opportunity in the market. They are using technology to scale their yoga business. They are making money. They are evaluating. They are getting feedback, and they are being they know there is competition, so they're adding more. They are adding diet plans. They are adding health checkups. They are doing more than just yoga, meditation classes, free health tips. They're sending you WhatsApp updates. There is competition. They're evaluating what the customer wants. They want to create value for the customer, and that is strategic management, my friend. Even the smallest business is doing that, and the biggest business is also doing that. It's just about the scale of operations, but everybody is doing that. So that's what I'm saying. The moment you get into these smaller things and start thinking कि हाँ यहाँ पे implementation, formulation, evaluation हो रहा है, competitor analysis हो रहा है, प्राइस सेटअप हो रहा है, कस्टमर फीडबैक हो रहा है, राइट, मार्केट डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है, न्यू प्रोडक्ट लेके आ रहे हैं, न्यू सर्विसेज लेके आ रहे हैं विद इन देयर एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस. All of this is strategic management, my friend. All of this is strategic management. Which business newspaper? Depends. All are same. News सब में same होने वाले. Mint is good. Mint is a good paper. I like the look and feel. But you can read any business paper. That's okay. Right? Whatever you feel is more visually appealing to you. Mint is very appealing to me, so I read that. Okay. Revise with mnemonics. Most of you by now learn theory subjects with mnemonics, right? The PTOS, the PTAD, ऐसे short forms बना के. So do that if that helps you. If you want, I can also introduce you to some mnemonics. We can do that together because certain topics like importance of strategic management, the limitations of strategic management, what are the top five criterias, or what four criterias of competitive advantage, what are the three characteristics of core competency. Such questions need to be very precise. You cannot just give your own answer. You have to be very precise in bullet points. So we will do that with mnemonics as well. We can do that with mnemonics. And finally, you know, The sixth image, why I've put this. What do you think? I want you to guess. How to love strategic management, and I put this image as number 6 point. Why do you think so? What do you think? Why I've done that? I want to hear it from you. क्या लगता है मैंने ये इमेज क्यों डाली है यहाँ पे? How to love strategic management. And I have this kid who's very stressed about studying. Yep, absolutely. Don't take stress. Theory subject सुनते ही people are like 50 marks theory subject पढ़ना पड़ेगा. We'll have to do rote learning. We'll have to go point by point. We'll have to read every single word, every single point. We have to remember everything and then write the answers. So much stress. So much stress. The kid is also under stress, but don't take that stress. You have us. We are there to mentor you, to guide you, to help you understand the subject. It's a chat, it's an open forum, my friend, for you, specifically for you. Okay? Yeah, I know. That's right, Musa. It will start very happy, and by the chapter 5 comes, you'll all be like this. This kid, you will be sitting like this. ये क्या हो गया हमारे साथ? Right? Absolutely, Ridhima. Last day of the just before exam, you're like, why have I not studied anything? Why can't I remember anything? We also invariably apply strategy for family function or study. Yes, Kuldeep. Now you're getting into the CS syllabus, my friend. पर्सनल लाइफ को स्ट्रेटजी से मिला दिया. अब आप पहुंच गए हो at my level. I am fanatic about the subject. Now you have reached my fanaticism. In 1 hour, I have passed on my love for the subject to you, where you are thinking, family function में जाऊं या ना जाऊं. That's also a strategy, and that is true. You have reached my level. Very happy. Okay, 8:18 in my clock. What we'll do, friends, now is I know you've been up since 6:30 something. You need a small water break, get some tea, get a coffee, whatever you want to drink. Uh, go up, stretch yourself, and we will be back 8:30 sharp, right? Like 11 minutes. Let's take a short break, stretch ourselves, get something to drink, freshen up, and then we get into the second phase of our class where we talk about the syllabus, exam pattern, marking scheme, and what to expect out of the LVCs. Okay. So take a 10 minutes break, my friend. 8:30 sharp, we join back here. Okay. See you in 10 minutes. If you're back as well, give me a yes. Okay, thumbs up. We are back so that we can get back into our class. Okay, yes. Okay, thank you. Thanks. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. I'm also back. You're also back. So let's start. Okay, very nice. I saw a question when I joined in the chat. I came back and I saw a question. Is Saransh available at the ICAI portal applicable for May 26? For now, yes. For now, yes, Sami. But if there will be an update, it would be informed well in time. For now, you can still refer. ऐसा कोई major change नहीं आएगा for strategic management at least. I can vouch for strategic management. Other subjects probably might see changes because laws change, some rules change for technical subjects like tax law, XYZ. But for strategic management, I can say for now you can still refer that. Okay, awesome. So here we go. The syllabus of strategic management, 5 chapters. Number one, we'll talk about introduction to strategic management, where we'll learn about a couple of things, which I'll show you. Then external analysis, internal analysis, strategic choices, and strategy implementation and इवैल्यूएशन. तो 5 चैप्टर होंगे हमारे पेपर 6B स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट में, with an introduction, external analysis, internal analysis, strategic choices, and strategy implementation and evaluation. Okay, 5 chapters. Formulation, ये सब formulation में, ये सब formulation. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 is all teaching you formulation of strategy. Chapter 5 will very sweetly tell you about implementation and evaluation. Okay? At intermediate level, because this is like the middle level before you get into the final level, the focus here is more on understanding formulation because this is the foundation of the subject here. So 4 chapters will talk about formulation, which is external analysis, internal analysis, and strategic choices. And then we have strategy implementation and evaluation. Okay. Here we would have about 16 to 20. It can range between the number of lectures. The schedule is already uploaded on the BOS Live website. You can go and see the schedule there. Most likely, we will be there till the end of January. We will, so like almost 2 months, every weekend, we will be doing these classes and we will cover the subject well in advance. There will be a couple of classes which will be purely practicing questions, right? We will just practice questions in those classes. So those are special classes within the schedule. The schedule is already there on the website. You can go refer and plan your schedule, study plan, travel, whatever you're doing accordingly. Okay. So it's there. You can go see that. But most likely for the next 2 months, December, January end tak, we will have most of the classes. Okay. So Saturdays and Sundays, Mustafa, both. First we have a couple of Saturdays, then we have both Saturdays and Sundays. The weekend mornings for you and me are sorted. We are going to learn so much about businesses making money together, how to be an entrepreneur, business कैसे चलाएंगे, सब सीखेंगे, ठीक है? Okay, very nice. Chapter 1, introduction, tells you about mission, vision, the limitations of strategic management, the importance of strategic management, and the levels in an organization. Chapter 2, my friends, will tell you about external analysis, where we will learn about pestle analysis, the value chain analysis. How does value gets created for the customers? Pestle analysis kya hai? External analysis kya hota? What are the external forces? We will talk about Porter's, Michael Porter, the father, the so-called father of strategic management. He devised 5 forces of competitive pressure. वो हम पढ़ेंगे कि कहाँ 5 तरीकों से कंपटीशन आता है एक बिजनेस को, एंड हाउ टू यू आइडेंटिफाई एंड win over that competition. We will learn about Porter's 5 forces of competition. Then we'll do customers and markets. We learn to understand customers. We learn to understand the markets, the opportunity, what the customer wants, who are customers, who are consumers, XYZ. And then we'll also learn about competition in the industry in chapter 2, which is external analysis and external environment. चैप्टर 3 विल लुक इनसाइड. पहले हम बाहर की दुनिया देखेंगे कि बाहर क्या हो रहा है, फिर हम समझेंगे व्हाट हैपेंस इनसाइड द बिजनेस. फर्स्ट वी विल learn about strategic management, then we will look outside and see what all happens in the industry, in the competition. बाहर लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. Then we will look inside and see what happens internally in the business. We'll talk about our stakeholder management. We will talk about the drivers of our strategy, the industry, the customers, the channels, kahan pe hum becenge, the services, competitive advantages, the role of resources and capabilities that we have available to ourselves, the risks to our strategy. ऐसा नहीं है आप कुछ सोचोगे वो होगा ही, रिस्क होगा, प्रॉब्लम होगी. हाउ डू यू सॉल्व दैट, हाउ डू यू केटर फॉर दैट, हाउ डू यू प्रोवाइड फॉर दैट वाइल प्लानिंग, सब समझेंगे. Then combining external and internal analysis with SWOT analysis and gaining competitive advantage, Michael Porter's generic strategies. माइकल पॉटर ने पहले आपको प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट बताएंगे, फिर आपको सोल्यूशन भी देंगे कि द प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट इज दिस बट द सोल्यूशन इज दिस. द प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट वील गेट टू नो इन चैप्टर 2 कि these are my competitive forces, but chapter 3 may say, hey, but there are certain strategies you can like implement to win over these problems. वो हम chapter 3 में पढ़ेंगे. एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं, एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ आपको from this chapter. Okay, I have a quick example for you. If you have to buy, if you have to buy an iPhone, आपको एक iPhone खरीदना है, Apple iPhone खरीदना है, कहाँ से खरीदते हो? Where do you go and buy an Apple iPhone? Apple store से खरीदते हो. रिद्धि बेन says मेरे को खरीदना ही नहीं है. चलो ठीक है. Let's say you want to buy an iPhone. ठीक है. Okay, Samsung people have come after my life. Samsung people, you are the best. But if you still have to buy an iPhone, let's say you're given a gift card कि ले लो एक Apple phone free में. कहाँ से लोगे? Apple store. Aitya says Apple store. Nikun says Apple store. प्रेरणा से स्टोर से लेंगे. निकुंज कह रहे स्टोर से लेंगे, ऑथराइज शॉप से लेंगे. हीना says Apple store से. Tanisha says मैं तो विजय स्टोर से. I will go to Vijay store. I get the best discounts. Awesome. मुस्तफा says local shop से ले लेंगे. क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है, नकली मिला. If it's a fake iPhone, I don't care. I'll take it from a local shop. Okay, Mustafa. Okay. Online, गोलती says फ्लिपकार्ट की सेल आती है, Amazon की सेल आती है, I will buy it online. ठीक है जी. Apple store से लेंगे. Most of you are saying Apple store. Some people saying online. Some says local shop. Some say Vijay store, like authorized dealers से लेंगे. Question. Question for you. On your screen, on your screen, ये सब जो हम अभी बात कर रहे थे, where would you buy an iPhone from? What topic will cover this? What topic will cover this question for a business? That where do you want your products to be available for the customers to buy? कौन सा topic on your screen will cover that? I want you to use your brain here and tell me. Chapter 5, gaining competitive advantage. अच्छा जी. Dependable, reliable. 2 में कह रहे हैं. 2 में क्या क्या? Within 2, what words do you see on the screen? Strategic drivers. Ah, मजे आ गए. I've got only one. I've got three right answers now. Okay. I got the right answer from Shamli. Very good, Shamli. I got answer from Tanisha. I got an answer from Nikunj. Okay. People are saying point two. Within point two, कौन सा point? Within point two, absolutely. The correct answer, my friend, is channels. Channels. We are talking about channels of distribution of a business. कहाँ कहाँ पे प्रोडक्ट अवेलेबल होगा, दैट इज माय चैनल्स ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. ऑनलाइन, ऑफलाइन, ऑथराइज्ड डीलर, माय ओन स्टोर. कैसे, how would I reach the customer, how will my product or service reach the customer, that is my channel. डिसाइडिंग ऑन दैट चैनल इज अ स्ट्रेटेजिक डिसीजन. भाई आपको पता होना चाहिए ना आपका माल कस्टमर तक पहुंचेगा कैसे, ऑनलाइन पहुंचेगा, ऑफलाइन पहुंचेगा, कैसे पहुंचाओगे आप अपना सामान कस्टमर तक. दैट इज चैनल. दैट इज चैनल. People who said channel, very good. People who did not say channel, वेलकम टू एलवीसीज. दिस इज व्हाट वी आर लर्निंग. यहाँ पे यही तो सीखने आए हैं दोस्त. इट्स ओके इफ यू डिड नॉट गेट द आंसर राइट. Who cares? This is a classroom. We are here to study here. We are here to learn all of this. Right? These interesting topics will come in such chapters. यहाँ जैसे channels पकड़ा ना हमने, ऐसी और चीजें पढ़ेंगे. एक और एग्जाम्पल देते हैं. Very simple to make it more relevant for you to what to expect in the syllabus. Okay? Now, Indian customer, listen to the question carefully and then answer in the chat. Indian customer is price sensitive or quality sensitive? Or I don't know if in today's meme language, if in today's you all use Instagram reels, so is the Indian customer price paglu or their quality paglu, right? That's how I would put it. They are price sensitive or quality sensitive. See, exactly. All the real people are now in the chat. Price paglu hai Indian customer. Absolutely. Now, Indian customer is price sensitive, or let's say for this classroom, which is very real centric, they are price paglu. Okay. Now, I am a brand. I'm a brand which is starting something new for the young people. I am selling fashion. I'm selling Korean fashion clothes. Let's say, ठीक है. मैं कोरियन फैशन का क्लोथ ब्रांडिंग, आई एम स्टार्टिंग अ क्लोथिंग ब्रांड which is very Korean centric, Korean aesthetics, because that's selling in the market. Okay. Now, what if I, what if I have to, the question is technical, my friend. Now, you have to be very careful while answering this. What if I have to price it for the students, जो कि I think will be very happy with 1,700, 800, 1,000, 1,200 की price range के अंदर, if they get a good hoodie, good pair of jeans, good pair of sneakers, accessories, bags, bracelets, caps, sling bags, ये सब अगर 1,000 रुपए के नीचे नीचे मिलता जाएगा, if I get everything under 1,000 rupees, my brand is successful. My brand is going to be the best brand for youth. Agree or not? Yes or no? Very quickly. 1,000 rupees के नीचे Korean fashion for a price paglu Indian consumer. Crazy brand, right? 100%, 100% solid. Everybody saying, भाई it's a hit. जब आपको पता है, जब मुझे पता है, when you know it, when I know it, it's going to be a successful business. तो ऐसा हो क्यों नहीं रहा है? Why is this not happening if everybody knows it? Let me answer that question. This is Michael Porter's generic. You have to bring down your cost to give it at a cheaper price to the customer. आपको अपनी cost नीचे लानी पड़ेगी, correct? Loss में तो business नहीं चलाना चाहो. You would not want to make a loss-making business. You would want to make money. Human tendency, you are greedy. You want to make more money. आपको बहुत सारा पैसा कमाना है, बट आपको सस्ता भी देना है. How would you do that? How would you do that? How would you do that? Trick question नहीं है. कॉस्ट कटिंग करोगे आप, okay? कॉस्ट कटिंग करोगे तो क्वालिटी गिर जाएगी. इफ यू वुड डू कॉस्ट कटिंग, your quality will go down. Either we reduce the price or else we will provide extra items. You provide extra items, but still the consumer has to pay more price, Golti. I don't think so. Students are happy paying 2000, 2500, even if they are getting more items. मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. I am price paglu, my friend. I am price sensitive. मेरे को 1000 rupees में चाहिए जो भी चाहिए, और क्वालिटी अच्छी चाहिए. Hina, I can give discount coupon, but that's a loss for me, na. So मुझे discount देने से तो I will not make money if I give them discount. Cost control, more selling. आया आंसर आया. How many of you know economies of scale? पढ़ा है business studies में class 11th 12th में. Economies of scale. What is economies of scale? Economies of scale is when you sell much more quantity. जब आपकी क्वांटिटी बढ़ती जाती है, then your unit price, unit cost starts reducing. Okay, when you sell more, your unit cost starts decreasing. So cost per unit starts reducing, but for that you have to sell a lot. You have to sell a lot. तो how does this happen is, यही तो माइकल पॉटर कह रहे हैं. Michael Porter's generic strategy says you can be a cost leader, but for that we'll study this, my friend. Syllabus में है. I'm not giving you stories. I'm not discussing random. This is syllabus. We learn all of this. That's the magic of strategic management. 50 marks में it will teach you life. How do you bring down your price, meet the quality expectation of the customer, and still make money, is by becoming a cost leader. You reduce your cost for which you sell more. To sell more, to sell more, you will have to initially make less money, and then when there is economies of scale, you start making a lot of money. समझे दोस्त? समझे? Market penetration, Shamli, absolutely. First you make less money, but when people, the brand is big, you're making a lot of money. अभी जो करना है करो. McDonald's, आलू टिक्की burger used to be 20 rupees. Today it is 47 rupees का आलू टिक्की burger है. 47 rupees का हो गया है. I used to eat आलू टिक्की burger for 20 rupees back in college. 20 रुपए का है. आज 47 rupees का है. कॉस्ट उनकी कोई इतनी नहीं बढ़ गई होगी, but they're slowly, steadily reached a point where they're charging almost 47-50 rupees for an aloo tikki burger. That is, my friend, the magic of economies of scale. They're selling easily more than 10 lakh aloo tikki burgers every single day in India itself. Easily. बहुत ही आराम से 10 लाख आलू टिक्की बर्गर बिकते होंगे. That's economies of scale, right? When you have to make 10 lakh aloo tikki burger and you buy almost, let's say, 5 lakh kilos of aloo potato every day, the price of that potato is easily 1 or 2 rupees kg and not 20 rupees kg that you get in the market. So you start getting cost benefits when you buy in bulk, you produce in bulk, and you sell in bulk. Your price comes down. Wholesale price, retail price, यही है economies of scale. Somebody goes and says, "Oh, this is a wholesale price, but you have to buy like big quantity." वो सस्ता मिलता है. Smaller quantity महंगा मिलता है. Economies of scale है ये. That is economies of scale. We'll study about it. मजा आएगा. Very interesting topic. Okay. Chapter number 4 will tell you about strategic choices. ठीक है जी. Strategic choices के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. इसका एक simple example देता हूँ. Let me give you a simple pimple example. Okay. How many of you have set top box of Airtel? Airtel का set top box है आपके पास? Any of you? So initially if you don't, but you still know Airtel has a set-top box and TV facility as well, right? No, Golti. So if you initially charge low price and you give good quality, you will expand with mouth publicity. आपकी माउथ पब्लिसिटी तो होगी ना. पीपल विल गिव गुड रिव्यूज ऑनलाइन. दे विल टॉक अबाउट योर प्रोडक्ट. भाई 1,000 रुपीज में फैंटास्टिक क्वालिटी बेच रहा है ये ब्रांड. दैट विल क्रिएट a kind of mouth publicity for you to sell more, right? Absolutely. So that's a strategic choice. Airtel was a SIM card बेचते थे. Then they came into broadband. They are also selling TV. Now they also have Airtel Bank. This is strategic choices. They are expanding their businesses. It's a strategic choice. They are expanding into different businesses, right? Geo Reliance. Classic example लेते हैं ना. Lenskart. Lenskart makes its own specs, sells its own specs in its own stores. अपनी ही दुकान, अपना ही माल, अपना ही प्रोडक्ट, अपनी ही सर्विस. एवरीथिंग दे डू themselves. पूरा सप्लाई चेन अपना है. Manufacturing is Lenskart. Production, marketing, stores, employees. The founder is on TV always, on internet always, for all the right and wrong reasons. सब कुछ खुद कर रहे हैं. There is no supplier, there is no vendor, there is no XYZ. They are doing the entire thing themselves. That's a strategic choice of the business. How do you want to build your business? You want to expand, you want to innovate, you want to expand horizontally, you want to expand vertically, ऊपर नीचे जाना है, horizontally जाना है, wide जाना है. You want to get into newer market, you want to introduce a newer product, you want to introduce a new product in a new market altogether, right? They're saving commission. That's cost cutting, cost leadership. तभी तो आपसे पैसे कमा पाएंगे दोस्त, right? And then you have these very interesting matrices called ANSOF, ADL, BCG, GE. ये तो बड़ी alien words लगते हैं. ये क्या चीज है? ये क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं हम? बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग. पढ़ेंगे, मजा आएगा. I will not reveal it. Let's keep something for myself also. कभी जब पढ़ाएंगे तब मजा आएगा. But these are strategies which help you in decision making. These matrices, these strategic options, the answer of ADL, BCG, GE, they help you in decision making. And chapter 5 is all about implementation and evaluation, where we will learn about leadership, control, implementation, digital transformation. How do you measure your performance? How do you get a feedback? What kind of leadership styles you should have? What kind of organizational structures you should have to build your business into a big successful business? One of the most intriguing, confusing, yet scoring chapter number 5. I will ensure I make it as simple as possible for you. Okay. So you just have to hold on to the LVCs. You have to trust, you have to engage, you have to come, you have to interact, and it's done. कुछ rocket science नहीं है. We'll do it together. Okay. What do you see on your screen now, my friend? This is exam pattern. काफी confusing है ना? Very confusing, not very clear. Can you see anything, the exam pattern? Is it very confusing? The answer is yes. That's why I put this image. Exam patterns are almost always the most confusing part. कि एग्जाम कैसे आएगा, कितने मार्क्स का क्या आएगा, how to score, what will come in the exam. Let me clarify for you. Okay, this is going to be an interesting piece for you. Paper 6 has two parts: 6A, 6B. 6A is financial management, 50 marks, a separate subject. Section B or 6B is strategic management, again 50 marks, which we are studying right now. The paper of 50 marks is divided into two portions, the MCQs and descriptive questions, 15 marks and 35 marks. Okay. The MCQs a compulsory case study based, a case study आएगी पूरी, simple MCQ नहीं आएंगे. A compulsory case study based MCQ question is part of your exam pattern. There may also be independent MCQs, but case based compulsory MCQ question will come. So you will have a business case. Based on that business case, you will have certain MCQ questions which you have to answer. करेंगे practice. घबराना नहीं है, करेंगे practice. Descriptive 35 marks. There will be a compulsory case study question, right, of 15 marks, usually 3 sub questions of 5 marks each. So again, you'll have a case study wherein you will have in to answer, like there'll be independent questions, you answer that. You have small case studies, you have to write descriptive answers for that. Then there will be other questions of 20 marks where you can choose 2 out of 3, usually 5 marks each questions. These are straightforward. These 20 marks are straightforward questions. Questions as simple as what is the importance of strategic management, or what are the different channels of distribution that a business can have, what is core competency, explain its 4 characteristics. Very straightforward questions come in this other question part. But what is important, and most of you will lose marks, I can tell you from experience, if you don't practice, which I will make sure you practice, but you have to do it yourself. I can only push you and share with you. You have to practice yourself. Is case study questions and MCQs, my friend. Writing answers to this. MCQ भी कर लोगे. MCQ भी कर लोगे. Other question descriptive भी कर लोगे. I am pretty sure you will be able to do this. You will be able to do this. The entire problem will come for you is here from experience. Some of you will be smart enough and will be able to cover that. But majority people face challenges here. So don't worry. We are here. The LVCs are here, right? So compulsory case study questions, 15 marks. We will learn how to write answers. What kind of questions come? ये तो आपने डरा दिया हमें. इतना tough होता है strategy? Tough नहीं होता. It's not tough. I'm not saying it's tough. I'm just saying you need to practice. As simple. Because going prepared in the examination hall is the best thing you can do for yourselves and for the next 50 years of your life. एक बार बन जाओगे, you don't have to give a re-exam, hopefully, right? Preparing for the next couple of months and your life is sorted for the next 50, 60 years. When I say sorted, doesn't mean you can just lay on bed and chill. It's just that you still have clarity and you still have something to do in life. Okay. So again, this is not tough. Don't be scared. Just know that we will have to practice a lot and we will do that. Okay. This is your exam pattern, my friend. Study hacks, focus on case studies, practice past year papers, use mnemonics and diagrams already told. Give quality answers, quantity नहीं, quality. 2 पेज भर के आ गए. You're writing answers in 2 pages, 3 pages, doesn't matter. You just give 4 bullets that we need, you're done. You're getting 5 out of 5. Time management, my friend, we learn about that. Time management, we learn about that as well in our sessions. How to manage MCQ versus descriptive questions. How much time should we give and how well we should be prepared and identify. How to quickly identify the concept, answer, move to the next question. सब practice करेंगे दोस्त, सब करेंगे. Okay. Now, let me share with you very quickly. I will reveal this very quickly and then I will delete it. The hot topics and chapters that are relevant and you need to focus more in the syllabus. Okay. You have to take notes very quickly. Okay. Start writing. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are most tested chapters. Okay. very frequently asked in case studies. And there are about 50 top topics that we will study together. So, what do you understand from this? For most of you, always asking in query, which is the sir most important chapter? कौन सा chapter छोड़ के चले जाएं? कौन सा topic छोड़ के चले जाएं? The answer is simple. In strategic management, it's a small book. It's a small syllabus. कहीं से भी question आता है. But again, it is limited to like 50 topics. ऐसा नहीं है. It's not a huge 1000 pages something. There are about 50 topics. We will study together in the next 2 months and you are all set prepared for it. Guaranteed. Okay? So stop thinking about chapter 1 छोड़ देते हैं, chapter 3 छोड़ देते हैं, ये छोड़ना कुछ नहीं है, करके सब जाएंगे. We'll go prepare everything. Whatever comes, we are prepared. Why? Why? You know it better than me. In CA exam, every single mark takes you to the pass and fail, right? 200 चाहिए, 199 आएंगे तो नहीं होगा, 201 आएंगे तो क्लियर होगा. Strategic management is a paper where you can score fantastic. Even after being a theory paper, you can easily, my friend, score 40 plus. I've seen so many of our students doing that. The only key is practice करने हैं questions practice करने हैं. Syllabus हो जाएगा, concepts हो जाएंगे. My focus 50% will be on questions as well in the LVCs. Your focus should be 100% questions. My is 50 because I have to teach you concept also. आपका focus होना चाहिए सिर्फ question solve करने पे. Okay, we'll do that together though. Okay, so hot topics in chapters very clear. Small syllabus, 50 marks, everything will happen. Cool things we will learn in the syllabus. Cool things. Okay, two images on your screen. Do you know these guys? Do you know these legendary business magnates of India? Right? Dhirubhai Ambani, Ratan Tata. Masters of making multi-billion dollar companies. Right? Multi-billion dollar companies बनाई हैं. Even Mukesh Ambani has done even better than his father though. But okay. Ratan Tata, Dhirubhai Ambani. What they do with their businesses is all strategic management, is ideally all strategic management. What are we going to study in strategic management is what is our vision and mission? How should we expand? These are certain questions. Think about it. आप अपना business शुरू करें. Anybody starting their business, basic questions हैं ये. इनके answers are hidden in our syllabus. Our syllabus will answer these questions. What is our mission and vision for the future? How should we expand? New markets, new products, or should we go for a digital growth? How do we really need to size down if things are not working out? What risks could stop our growth? And how do we manage them? How do we respond to competitors? What leadership style will be successful for my organization? How do I hire and retain skilled people? Is our organizational structure helping or slowing us down? What product in our portfolio are the biggest money makers for me? I should invest more money there. How do we create value for customers and stay ahead of competition? And 100 more important questions for any business is what strategic management syllabus will help us answer. यही है, इतना ही है, ज्यादा नहीं है, इतना ही है, इतना ही है, ज्यादा नहीं है. These are basic questions that a business will have, and we will study these in a professional way. As a consultant, as a chartered accountant, as a professional ready to take heads on the industry, we will prepare ourselves with these questions. How do we answer that as a consultant? That's why this is interesting. Okay. What to expect in LVCs? Okay. So once in last class, I asked somebody, "What do you expect out of LVC?" And this girl answered. She said, "High expectations lead to high results. disappointment, sir. So I have no expectations from you. And this is literally my reaction I had, right? How do I answer this? So this time I have come prepared with an answer. Okay. When I ask, or when people ask me, what should I expect from the LVCs, right? What should I expect from the LVCs? My answer is simple. My answer is, when you have high expectations of yourself, then only you can achieve great. Don't expect things from me. Okay. I would give whatever I have. I will give my best to you. But the expectations you have to have from yourself, how involved, how excited, and how much effort you want to put into it to achieve greatness. दूसरों से एक्सपेक्ट करोगे वो अपना बेस्ट दे रहे हैं दिस आई कैन अचीव व्हेन आई से दूसरों दैट्स मी आई एम गोइंग टू गिव माय बेस्ट other faculties in the subject who are going to join us will give their best even better than me for sure, but the expectation has to be from your side अपने आप से. Am I going to give effort? Am I going to practice? Am I going to do what the faculties are saying? If the answer is yes, bus, that's what you have to expect from LVCs, my friend. Right? That's what you have to expect from LVCs. What LVCs are going to give you is a real life explanation. That's what we're going to do. Learn how to read the study material. That's the core book that for exam prep. Study material is the core book जहाँ से exam आएगा. You cannot afford to skip reading the study material. So we will learn how to read the study material. We'll solve more than 100 practice questions easily. 100 is an understatement. More than 100. More than 100 easily. We will go through all past year questions. We will have an open discussion and share ideas freely. We will take live doubt sessions, which I'm going to open up for you right now in 5 minutes. We will target to score 40 plus in strategic management. Bare minimum 40 लाना target है. Bare minimum 40 से ऊपर ही आने चाहिए. Learn a lot about real businesses and practical application beyond examinations, and be fully prepared to show the world we are the smartest professionals, right? We are not just about numbers और हमसे सिर्फ आप टैक्स रेट मत पूछो. We are a full-fledged holistic. The syllabus is around building the professionals of future, right? As chartered accountants, so we are fully prepared for the world as smartest professionals. That's what I have for you, we have for you in the LVCs. Okay. The resources available to you from the institute are a gold mine, my friend. They are a gold mine. Okay. ये gold mine है. ये आप समझो ये BOS की वेबसाइट है. This is the BOS website. It's a gold mine. What all you get there is study material, saransh, RTPs, revision test papers, more mock test papers, previous year suggested answers, your LVCs. And yes, you have me, other faculty. So we are also available. So hi, meet me. Okay. So these are all resources available to you free of cost. There is no charge. This is where the exam is going to come from, and these resources are going to be your best friend for the preparation of examinations. Okay. Very quickly, I feel a lot of talking from my end. I want to listen from you. Are you clear on what is the syllabus? What's the exam pattern? What to expect? How the LVCs will be? Are you comfortable? Are you liking this? Whatever thoughts you have, the chat is open for you, my friend. Okay, thank you. Very happy to know that, Hina. SM will no more be boring for you. I can assure you that. This is one of the most fun to learn subject. Awesome. Everything clear? Very nice. Very good. Very happy, Kuldeep. You got to know LVC, the magic of LVCs. Thanks, Adil. I'm also Gen Z. Why are you calling me Gen Z teaching? I'm also Gen Z. Mentally, obviously. Like by age, I'm too old for you guys, but still. Weekends are going to be awesome. Yes, for sure. Yeah, even I'm also Gen Z. I'm even Gen Alpha. I'm younger than you. Just whatever you think you know, I know it more than you. Just know that. I'm very active. I know what's happening in the world, especially with the young people. Okay, what I'll do now, my friends, is the last thing I request is keep an eye on the LVC schedule. Okay, the next week or so, we have some revision classes to complete for the next examinations, and then probably in December week 1 we start with our chapter 1, so you will have a week's gap between this class and when we start our LVC's full course. We wanted to do this class specifically for you, to touch upon and let you know that we are coming, and we are coming to teach you one of the most fun subjects. So keep an eye on the LVC schedule. Week 1 of December we start with chapter number 1. Okay, it's going to be even more fun than what we did today. Examples, pictures, thoughts, chat, live chat, everything will happen. Everything, concept, practice questions. I'll give you exam questions. That's how I want to teach. I will show you what was asked in the exam and how we answer that and where that is in the syllabus. We'll do that level of preparation. I want you to succeed. That's my only motive, nothing else. Okay. What I'll do now, my friends, is I will open up the forum, right? Let's say last 15 minutes for us, 9:10 already. So I want to be on time. I want you to enjoy your Saturdays as well. You are free. You are free. We have our esteemed faculties from the BOS as well available here with us. If you have any questions regarding examination, regarding syllabus, anything that you want to share, good, bad, any feedback from previous attended classes of strategic management, or anything you want, we should add more in our upcoming classes, you are free to share that. Okay, be respectful, obviously. That's the core of thing, because you have all your friends here. You can raise your hand, I will unmute you. You can talk to me, you can share your ideas. If you're not comfortable talking, you can type it on the chat as well. Next 15 minutes, let's open the forum and hear from you. You can raise your hand, I'll unmute you, or the chat is also open, my friend. Whatever suits you. ये क्या हो गया? When I was talking, everybody was excited. Now I'm asking you to talk. Everybody's like, नहीं हमको नहीं बात करनी. Any thoughts? Anything that you feel we should add more in the classes? Anything you feel कि यार ये भी हो? Yeah, this also should be in the class. This will help me in my preparation. Please tell us. This is your classroom. You design it. Awesome, Saib. I'm so looking forward to you being active in the class, right? Very happy you liked this. More pictures in PPT? Done, Adil. MCQ quiz will happen for sure. Already prepared. Tough बनाया इस बारे मैंने. Meenu, so MCQ quiz will happen for sure. Okay, you think you're bad with memorizing the extract, what's there in theory, so how to remember all of that? हो जाएगा. Don't worry, Hina. We'll do that together. When we get into concepts, I'll tell you how you can remember this. Okay? Don't stress about it. Remember sixth point from my chart. Don't stress. हो जाएगा सब. We'll do that. Yes, Adil. More pictures like Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Mustafa. Thanks for trusting me. I hope we can deliver this together, right? But again, the effort has to be yours. ये मत मैं एग्जाम देने नहीं जाऊंगा. Okay. I can tell you the best of what I know from experience of previous sessions, previous exams, previous students we have taught. Effort आपका, ये मेरे को बाद में मत बोलना सर आपने हमको बताया नहीं. Effort is yours. Absolutely, Kuldeep. This subject, only when you get into industry, when you start working in industries, you get to feel this subject is way more important than you can even imagine. Okay, the forum is open, my friends. Anybody wants to share any thoughts, speak up. It's your classroom. घबराना क्या है? And I think this is also a great platform for public speaking. If you want to share your thoughts, the notes are these PPTs. Okay, Ridhiben, the note, every PPT of the session of the chapter we do will be uploaded after the completion of the chapter, and those will work as notes for you. You want to make more robust notes for yourself. See, my presentations are going to be more pictorial, less content, more pictorial for explaining the concept. If you want to make notes, I would suggest make yours, but the presentations will be uploaded. Assignment questions will be uploaded. We will practice. I will give you assignments also. That will also happen. Absolutely, Musa. I've seen the social network twice, so I know. SM is very important for business for sure. Business is SM, SM is business. Okay, maybe interest of time. Question paper में previous year questions हो गए क्या? बिल्कुल होंगे. Even 100% होंगे. That is where the real magic will sit. I will give assignments. Yes, assignments will be there. Don't worry. Very good. Good that you're seeing business movies. I would suggest more business movies as we go through the class. Okay. We also have a very, very respected faculty, Dr. Ruchi ma'am, with us in the class today as well. Maybe, ma'am, if possible, you can maybe conclude the session, share your thoughts about LVC and strategic management before I wrap up. You're bad in finding case studies, you need help. Oh, it's already available on BOS website, Iswarya. I'll show you. Okay. When we start chapter 1, I'll show you on the website. I'll take you all on the website and show where you can download all the practice stuff. Okay. Any more thoughts, questions? Thank you, Lingo. Very happy. I hope I can keep that up for the next 2 months for you. I hope you go back after 2 months and you probably think SM is the best subject. I want to be the next SM guy. So very happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arjit.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's been a pleasure to give the insightful session to on strategic management to all the students. For students, I just wanted to tell two things, students, that first of all, today is the first class of this batch, but after that, the class will be on, I think, in December only.
6th, I guess. That's the first one.
6th,
Yeah,
yeah.
first week.
Right. So please make sure about it that please go by schedule. All the students are requested to go by schedule, and till that time you can join LVRC classes which are going on for January 2026 students as well. So you people can also join those classes, and these LVRC classes are on Sundays, revisionary classes. It will definitely help you out, right? And apart from that, there is a you can say webinar on 24th of November on strategic management at 3 o'clock, wherein we will try to cater so many things like that. What are the common mistakes generally students do while writing the examination? What should be the uh, paper pattern of strategic management, and so on? So many things are there. So it is advisable to join that seminar. It will definitely help you out in understanding the whole thing of strategic management. Apart from that, if any student have any problem in strategic management, any doubt, any query you are having in your mind, you are most welcome to say. If anybody have any doubt related to paper pattern or something like that, and apart from that, I think your faculty have already told you that there are ample number of resources available on institute's website. We have study material, we have revisionary test papers, we have suggested answers, we have mock test papers, we have model test papers, we have this Saransh as well. All are available for every student on our website itself, on BOS Knowledge Portal. Apart from that, these all are the things which are available on mobile app as well. And moreover, for preparation and for doing practice, we have MCQ practice portal also. So there you can also assess yourself chapter wise, as well as so many case scenarios have been uploaded on that. I think 42, 43 case scenarios have been uploaded on that MCQ portal. So you can always go for that and try to do more and more practice. As much practice you will do, you will get the results. As simple as that. I have seen or heard on so many platforms the very simple query that, madam, we know the concepts but we are not able to write the concepts during the examination time. So for that matter, I can only advise you that please try to write the answers. Once you understand the concepts, once you go through the chapter, after that what you have to do, you have to you have to write the answers which are already in your study material. Questions are already in the study material, as well as your faculty LVC classes. After completion of each chapter, we will upload a few scenarios, case scenarios, in small caselet forms, 5 marks, so that you can able to understand and write the answers. Even you can log in on our previous classes, and there also so many questions are available for after every class. Isn't so, Arjit?
That is ma'am. That is right, ma'am.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
students can always opt for that. Write your answers, you will be able to understand that what is wrong with you. It will definitely help you out. Apart from that, if any student have any query, they can always write us. Put your queries on Ask Your Query portal. There are so many things you can always welcome, even after the class. If you feel that during this week or next week, if you feel that, oh, we have not, I have not asked this question, this is my query and I have to ask in the class, but somehow I have missed it. So you can always write to us. You can write
Absolutely.
on BOS Noida. You can write on through your mobile app. You can log in and send us your queries to Ask Your Query. There are 3, 4 platforms where you can ask. Apart from that, if anybody have any query now, please share your queries.
I think there is one technical point that Harsh has mentioned on the chat, ma'am, that the MCQ portal,
Mhm.
he's trying to use that, but he says it the session timeout happens very quickly, and
Okay.
he's not finding it very helpful because of that. So maybe
Just
Harsh, we
you
can
just
take that up with
send
technical
a
team for
mail,
sure.
Harshit.
That's a good
Send a mail.
feedback.
Send a mail. Maybe there must be some technical issue or something like that. I don't know what's the issue, but whatever is your problem, whatever problem you are facing while using this portal, send us a mail. uh, Write down the email ID. You just send it to me, ruchi.gupta@icai.in. I'll personally take up this query.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. That's very
Yeah,
kind of you.
thank you. Any student have any query?
I think, ma'am, most of the queries are resolved. I think Saransh is available for all subjects.
Yes,
Is
yes,
it
yes.
applicable for May 2026 or new Saransh will be available?
If anybody have any query or otherwise, we will meet on 6th of December for these LVC classes, but you are always welcome to join LVRC classes. As well as we have a webinar on strategic management on
Sure.
Monday, 3 o'clock. Although that webinar is
Perfect.
for January
Hmm.
2026 students, but it is advisable that it will definitely help you out to understand, because there we are going to discuss wholesome of strategic management, right?
Right. And just last query, I think that we have, and then we can close.
Hmm.
Last query is from Navneet. He's asking, Saransh is available, but is it applicable for 2026,
Yes,
May
yes, yes,
2026,
yes, it
or a
is,
new
it is.
Saransh will come?
No, it is applicable, right? It is applicable for May 26 too.
Thank you, ma'am, for that. The last
Okay,
question I
thank
think
you.
is, are we expecting a change of syllabus in 2027? Is it?
It is too early to say anything on it. Are you preparing for May 27, or you are just inquire about it?
I think this is just an inquiry from John, ma'am. But
Hmm.
again, John, too
बेटा
early.
प्लीज
We
बी
have couple of
सीरियस.
attempts.
अपना फोकस नहीं खोना है आपको. डू नॉट लूज योर फोकस. डोंट गो बाय अदर्स वर्ड्स. अपना विजडम यूज करिए. यूज योर विजडम. God has given all of us the same wisdom. You have to apply your wisdom. Don't lose your focus. I can say only this. Market में कोई rumor है, don't go by that. BOS is with you only and for you only. You can always talk to your mentor, na? There is mentorship program. One thing also I would like to share over here is that BOS have launched a mentorship program for those students, those who have not cleared the examination, for final students. That is, as of now, it is for final students, not for inter students. And it is a matter of pride, I can say that around, I think, more than 50% students, those who have been mentored by the mentees, have cleared their examinations. So you can always opt for that also. I think we have in the mentorship program, we have mentored around 183 students have succeeded. It's a
Wonderful.
very huge number.
Wonderful.
Out of 183, 48 have cleared their final examination in September 2025 itself. तो
So maybe,
मेरा सबमिशन यहाँ
right.
पे यही है, प्लीज डोंट lose your focus. Whosoever is saying, whatever is saying, just listen them. You can always welcome to give your queries, ask your queries to BOS only, so that you will get the correct reply.
Right,
Yes,
ma'am.
one
Thank you
of
so
the
much.
student, Kuldeep,
Yes.
has raised the hand. What he is
Yes.
asking?
Let me unmute you, Kuldeep. And before that, I'll just take Harsh. Navneet, if tax Saransh is not updated, maybe you'll have to write to the tax faculties. Maybe they can answer you better. And to Kuldeep, I'm unmuting you. Yes, please go ahead, Kuldeep.
Sir, good morning, madam, and good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Kuldeep.
Sir, this subject books looks very small compared to other subject. So I understand this covers entire syllabus. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so am I right, no? Because there
Exactly.
will be no other book.
If
It is complete.
Kuldeep, okay, just wait. I'm giving you the answer. If I say that I will provide you, like in FR, we have 4 or 5 modules. So students will question for that, madam. How we will read the 1,000 page book, right? And if we'll give a precise and concise book, now again the students are asking this question. Everything is available in it. And if you really want to read more and more on strategic management, there are ample number of books.
Madam, I am just asking from perspective that there will be no other books. So and this comprised everything what we are going to
For CA exam
examine.
only? Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yes. So
Otherwise, it
Pradeep,
is very nice book.
awesome. Thank you.
Hmm.
Pradeep, so to
Thank
your
you.
question, the study materials, yes, it covers everything. But from a
But you
practice
can.
perspective, you have more resources available, right? So this
Hmm.
is more concepts which will help you prepare. But for practice, you have these MTPs, RTPs, which are already available. But yes, this concise books has the entire syllabus.
So though there will be no surprise from that perspective.
Absolutely no.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's only one module.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Pradeep.
Any other query, Arjit, or we can wind up?
All queries are done. We can wind up and maybe guys just keep an eye on the LVC schedule. We'll very
Yeah.
soon meet you and start preparing strategic management.
In that time, my request to all the students, please start studying strategic management, because few of the students said that we studied only for 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. It will not work.
Mm.
That I am pretty much sure that it will not work if you are studying only 4 or 5 days, giving 4 or 5 days or 10 days or 15 days for strategic management. Dear students, please, it will not work. So start preparing yourself, start studying. And if you have any query, we will come up with other sessions. You are always welcome to ask your queries, and we will be more than happy to give you the answers. Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you, everyone.
Thanks everyone. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am. We'll
you.
see you
Thank
very
you,
soon.
students. Thank you,
Bye.
Ajit. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
ma'am.
Okay.